time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Senior night tomorrow. State tournaments are underway. Most of them start early. You can actually hit both if you want. You can go like to a 5 o'clock high school game and then go see Saquon Singleton and Jordan Arroyo and Clay Patterson's final home game is a Lobo. And then we could talk about Kenny Pickett's hands. Because you told me the biggest story coming out of the Combine was going to be hand size. And you know what? Damn it, if it isn't, the biggest story coming out of the NFL Combine is Kenny Pickett's hand size. So have at it. Because Joe Burrow almost retired, didn't he? Because his hand size was small. His hands were measured to be small when he was at the Combine. That the number one pick, the guy that was in the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, though that's the guy. When he went to the Combine, his hands were too small. He fumbled a lot less than 9.5-inch hand Joe Flacco. You know how whatever. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It's your hand size. Medium, large gloves. My isotoners are what the hell? Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie. How we living today?
Great.
What'd it do? You all right?
That was funny.
What? Did JJ say yesterday when I said, "Do you watch the Combine? Anything coming out?" Yeah, hand size, whatever. What was the biggest story coming out of the Combine?
Yesterday, yes, hand size.
The quarterback's hand size.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett's historically, not just his small hands, historically hand size. He logged an 8.5-inch hand measurement at the Combine. Oh, my God. Did you watch him play football? Did you watch him play at Pittsburgh last year? Oh, but Jeff, it doesn't matter. They use small footballs there. It must be a damn Nerf football. They're using Yaffle footballs because Kenny Pickett has an 8.5-inch hand. And what the hell are we doing? So you're not taking him now? You want some perspective?
He's not draftable, Jeff. Undraftable.
Of 663 quarterback prospects. All right. First of all, like, there's a lot of jobs in this world, and I don't want anybody not to have a job. Can I be very clear? I hate when people lose their jobs. I'm not the guy who yells, "He's got to get fired." That guy. Okay. There's somebody whose job is so deep in stats in football that they're telling me how many quarterback prospects have had their hands measured. First of all, did you know since 1987? How many would you have guessed? 663 quarterback prospects have had their hands measured. And according to Warren Sharp, Warren Sharp, different guy, totally different guy. Only 9 had hands smaller than Pickett, and not a single quarterback with hands smaller than 8.5 inches has entered the NFL in the last 5 years. There's your perspective. So, Michael Vick had 8.5-inch hands. Of the active quarterbacks, only Taysom Hill has hands below 9 inches. All right. Can we stop? I know I did it. I know it's all me. And it's mocking, but I don't know. One other thing that happened at the damn Combine, not that I care. I'm not big. I don't sit around. The underwear Olympics are wonderful. Guys running around in their shorts and their T-shirts, and I know people get into it and do your thing. That's the only thing I know that happened there.
The answer to this question is hand him an NFL football.
Yeah.
Can you throw it or not?
Ooh.
And if you can throw it,
Ooh.
then you say, all right, you're draftable.
Ooh. Can I watch you on tape? Oh, you were pretty good. Huh. Guys, you threw for a lot of yards.
If he's throwing with 2 hands, then you have a problem.
If he's push passing it. Yes. CBS has him as the 22nd prospect on their draft board. Some people have him as the number 1 quarterback. He's in the top 3. He'll go in the first round. Somebody will take him. I believe it'll be Pittsburgh. He has, by the way, maybe this helps. He's got a double-jointed thumb. Did you know that?
Does that help wrap around the football?
I don't know. I just don't know. Joe Burrow's hand was 9 inches.
Half an inch. Big deal.
What am I doing? Good Friday morning to you. That's my biggest story of the day. Joe Burrow's hands were small, but not as small as Kenny Pickett's. All right, lots to do today. We are going to be we got a gold medalist coming in today, Amory. An Olympic medalist is coming in today. Tyler George is going to be here. He's gonna, and what I understand, he's bringing his medal. He
You have to.
What do you mean you have to?
Can't be a gold medalist and not bring your medal with you
Like
everywhere.
if you're walking around in
Like,
Albuquerque.
hey, I'm a gold medalist. Where is it? Well, I don't have. I don't believe you.
Here, can I pull it up on my phone? Like my Vax card?
Yeah.
Do you have to? How does that work? Do you have to pull it up on your phone? No, really, dude. No, that's me. That's me. I'm a gold medalist. All right. Curling. So Tyler's in town, and I know he's gonna be giving lessons, out at Outpost today, and you don't talk to Olympic medalists that often, right? It's just not that often that you sit around and get to have a conversation with a guy who won an Olympic medal. And so we're going to talk to him about curling. And I'm not going to lie, I'm fascinated. I can't wait for this. I know we told somebody around here the other day, he's like, oh, great. When you watch the Winter Olympics, and I know people want to bash it, go do your thing. Curling's kind of one of those things you watch and you go, holy moly. Like, that's kind of cool. I could do that. I could do that.
And I think it's because it feels so relatable.
It feels like every man's
all
sport,
of
right?
us feels like we all could somehow do enough to be an Olympian in curling.
Yeah. Tyler was on. He was vice skip. That is a position, Marie. Vice skip on the 2018 U.S. Olympic men's curling team that won the gold medal in Korea.
Yeah, I don't know the positions.
I mean,
I just love watching it.
There's three dudes, right? One guy throws
Yeah.
the stone. And if you want to get in on some of the vernacular, the wording, you can get out there. And Amory, I can get you signed up if you. I don't know what you got going today, but he'll be out there. If you want to get out there, I'll give you the time and probably get you. You can go out there and you can learn how to ice throw curling stones. And
That's incredible.
How much do you think the curling stone? That's what the stone is called. How much do you think it weighs? Just out of curiosity. And there's no point of reference.
20
Is
pounds?
that what you think? Do you know the answer?
I do know the answer.
You do?
40. Yeah, because I sent him.
read it.
I sent him the info.
But I wouldn't be
studied
actually,
up.
JJ. I wouldn't be surprised if you did know. Like, you just know things.
44 pounds.
Dang.
Yeah, and the equipment is called brooms and sliders, and then the stone. So I'm looking forward to that. I just honestly, I think, first of all, having a gold medalist in here is pretty damn cool. I don't care what anybody says. And secondly, that is the sport, and it started, gosh, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, maybe, well, I guess 16 because they're in 4-year increments, during the Olympics, and everybody's like, well, curling's kind of cool, and all of a sudden the U.S. team got good, and they were competing with the Canadians, and everybody's like, I can do that, and they do it up at Outpost, and so we're gonna just learn how do you get into curling and a little bit about it, and learn about the Olympic experience. So looking forward to that. Tyler's going to be here in studio. That's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. I'm sleepy, and I stayed up and watched Mountain West basketball last night. And games that start at, what time it started? 9:30? 9 o'clock? They just shouldn't go double overtime. They just shouldn't. And I didn't make it. I made it through the first overtime.
Oh, blame
and then I faded.
Pacific time zone.
Yeah, no, blame the time zone. I faded hard. A big one for San Diego State last night. And Fresno State, 65-64, double overtime. San Diego State beat Fresno State. Fresno State hits a 3 at the buzzer, well, with 0.7 of a second to go in regulation to tie the game. And then it went double overtime. And the Aztecs pull it out in the end. Matt Bradley was great again. Is he still not on your first team ballot after last night's 26-10? He willed that team last night. He was so good last night, late in regulation.
Well, there's a spot. Because
What's your one in the Mountain West Conference? So you've got
it can
both
absolutely
Wyoming guys.
change.
You got both Wyoming guys.
I had
absolute
both
first-
Wyoming guys,
and they may be the fourth
but
seed.
I don't. So do you take one of them off, and then try to put Matt Bradley and or someone from Boise State on?
So who?
But even remember
Maybe the only there's
Richard
two
Pitino said it
no-brainers.
yesterday in his media availability when he was talking about it. You know, he pointed out, he's like, yeah, Boise State won this league, and they probably don't have a first-team all-conference player.
So they might, and they might not, and that would be the full motivation. Remember when Steve Alford would use that going into the tournament, like when Kendall Williams didn't win the MVP in the league. It was one of the point guards from San Diego State. It was Xavier Thames or one of those guys. Use it at motivation. There's two guys to me that are no-brainers. For me, if I had a ballot, like are absolutes, and that's David Roddy and Bryce Hamilton. Okay, and after that, there's 6 guys for 3 spots. It's Maldonado and Ike from Wyoming. It's Matt Bradley from San Diego State. It's Abu Kijab from Boise State. It's Justin Bean from Utah State, and it's Orlando Robinson from Fresno State. And every one of them is really good. And it's a struggle. Honestly, JJ, I kind of a couple times a week I've written down who would I vote for. And the only 2 guys that absolutely every time are on my list are Roddy, and Roddy's my player of the year, and Bryce Hamilton. But after that, I mean, I think Bradley's got to be on. Are you Ike or Maldonado if you had to go one of them from Wyoming? Ike's been neutralized the last couple of games. They've lost, 3 of their last 5 at Wyoming. Orlando Robinson's played really well. Last night, he was terrific. He had 17 points, 11 rebounds. Is that good enough? Justin Bean's been really good. I think I dropped Justin Bean just because of the team. I think I would make him second team.
Yeah, I haven't had him first team the last couple of weeks.
All right. So which of the other 2 you're keeping off? I mean, it's Bradley, it's Kijab, it's Maldonado, it's Ike, and I'm forgetting somebody. But it's who am I forgetting? Orlando Robinson. You don't have to answer me now, but think about it. 505-246-0610. We got so much to do on a Friday. We are going to hoe. Mike Bradbury's scheduled to be with us, JJ. Lobo women's basketball coach is going to be with us 9 o'clock this morning. We're going to talk with him. You all are taking off for Vegas and starting the conference tournament, which is going to be on Monday in Las Vegas. Looking forward to catching up with Mike Bradbury. We'll talk to him at 9 o'clock. So we got a full show. Come on in at 505-246-0610. That's how to get to us today. 505-246-0610 is also the text line. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Adrian's producing for you on ProView Networks. You can watch us on Facebook or on Comcast Channel 26. Glad you're with us on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry.
Senior night for the Lobos. Conference tournaments underway all around America. State tournament is starting tonight, girls and boys. I'm doing a game tomorrow night, Amory. Actually, if JJ didn't want to do it, you want to do it with me? I'm doing Academy
Go.
Golf.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh?
That'd be a great one.
That would be awesome.
You want to do a game with me tomorrow night?
I will. What time? I'm serious.
I'll lay it all down.
I'm serious. I'm down.
All right. I'm doing. Yeah, we'll do Academy Goddard. We'll be on
Let's go.
ProView Network. You want to do it with me?
Yes, I do.
All right, sweet. So Anne-Marie and I will be over at Academy.
Yes.
Yeah, I printed. I'll send you over my chart. I already did my roster chart. JJ, I got to figure out how to print it now. Look at it. It's all ready to go. It's all digital. All right.
Nice. Oh, I
Nice.
can't wait.
Yeah, I got to get you a pass.
Okay.
But I got
you think
one.
I can? Should I bring my trophy?
Yes.
My light-up trophy.
I don't know how you don't.
Did you find it yet?
Like, actually, I'm going to kind
You know
of
what?
be disappointed if you don't.
I'm going to my dad's for dinner tonight. I'm going to look through that garage.
For those of you who don't know, your light-up trophy is for. You tell the story.
I was back way in 2005.
Way back in the
Way back in the day. I played in the All-State East First West. I was on the losing team, but I was the MVP.
Basketball.
Triple-double.
State basketball.
State basketball.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No
Triple-double.
whoop. Yep.
No big deal.
No big whoop.
And it lights up. There's a trophy. I hope it still lights
The
up.
fact that it lights up is the best part of this
I hope
trophy.
it lights up still.
All right, well, that's good. So it sounds like you're out and she's in.
There you go.
You're like, I really didn't want to do that. It's my last night at home. I got to go to Vegas for a couple of nights. I wanted to hang out with my wife and kid. I got to come up with a reason. I felt bad asking you. All right, well, because JJ's going to Vegas on Sunday. I'll be there next week. The opening drive's coming to you from Las Vegas. Conference tournaments next week in Las Vegas. Lobo women start on Monday. The men will start on Wednesday. Hoping if the Lobo women are in the finals that we'll intersect and everybody will play and you can have a big woof woof woofing crowd on a Wednesday at what you used to call Pit West and get that thing back up to being Pit West. I want to say thank you to the partners who are making sure we're there for you. Airport parking at exit 221. Easier, quicker, smarter. Car Crafters celebrating 40 years in Albuquerque. Albuquerque Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Join, connect, thrive. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And Coleman Vision, a perfect vision, perfect game. 2460610 if you want to get in today. 888-922-0610. Emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Let's go to it. JT, get us started on a Friday. How you living, JT?
Good morning. to my sports animal family. How you guys doing?
Life's grooving. You?
Oh, I'm grateful.
What's up?
In this crazy time that the good Lord gave me another day.
That's the truth.
So we'll do the best we can.
That's all we can do.
Jeff, is anybody paying attention to our softball team or no, or just me?
Might be just you and a couple other people, although they're out. JJ is because he's the voice of them. They're off to a heck of a start, aren't they? They won 2 yesterday in Santa Barbara.
Swept them.
That's right.
We got a great team. We need to start going to the games. Everybody meet me at the games, okay? Just letting everybody know, meet me at the softball games.
We bring beer?
Be there.
This is my favorite. You know, if everybody has a favorite time of the year, Jeff, if you're any kind of sports fan, this March, we spring forward next week on my birthday.
Damn, it's always that
and then
weekend.
Everything starts blowing up this weekend, right? I mean, you guys are going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm watching, I don't know how many games, high school. It's just nuts right now.
With all due respect, I've well gone crazy years ago. I hope that's all right.
So, you know, it's the madness, right? In March.
Yep.
The draft in April. I mean, for me, it's just you know, everything's good for me. You guys be careful on your trips. You know, to all my Lobo teams. Hey, nothing to lose. Women, men, nothing to lose. Just give it all you got. I got your back. Let's go Lobos, man. All the way.
All right, JT, be careful out there. JT's big into the softball. Lobo softball's up to a terrific start, aren't they? Damn, trying to dump that.
Right off the bat.
I was trying, man. I'm not going to hit the thing. I was trying.
It's Friday.
Amber Linton, transfer from Indiana, with Emma Ginden in the circle.
Yep.
2 great pitchers for this team. Much different schedule than last year. They're fun to watch.
What are they? Like 11-3 now or something like that?
That's 11-3, 12-3 now.
Yeah. And they're up in California. They'll play a few more today. So he's into that. 505-246-0610. You can be as well. I came in. We had a pre-production meeting this morning, and it's like, where do we start? You want to start with senior night? You want to start with Kenny Pickett's hands? And JJ said, well, I mean, I don't know. Lakers are trash.
Lakers. Oh my gosh, so bad.
Not only did they get beat again by the Clippers, 132-111. LeBron James had 26. Like LeBron James is still balling. He's playing 37 minutes a night. And after that, Russell Westbrook played 29 minutes, had 17 points, 7 of 16 shooting. And the Clippers, I don't know how many Clippers the common
Name
person
3 Clippers.
I don't know how many Clippers a common person can name. It's not Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. That's not who beat him last night. It was Nick Batum.
Amir Coffey.
Yeah, how about that? Amir Coffey. He had 8 points in
Terrence Mann.
27 minutes last night. Zubac. I mean, that's
Kennard.
who they are. 132-111. JJ, like, it's almost better that they fall in the lottery, isn't it?
Charles Barkley said he made an executive decision.
What's that?
He's telling TNT not to air any Lakers games
But they air every damn one.
anymore.
Is that what he said last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
And at this point for the Lakers, like, you don't want to watch them on national TV, but you want to watch them on
Yeah,
national
they're that wreck, aren't
because it's a train wreck.
they? Yeah. Yeah, they are that train wreck that it's hard not to look. And Laker fan, this
The
is
Clippers in the third quarter went on a 21-0 run.
21-0. Like, is in 21-0, like to none.
Nada.
Third quarter. Third quarter.
I'd have been 23-0 at one point, but I know it was 21-0 for sure.
Clippers outscored Lakers 40-18 in the third quarter. 40-18. So at halftime, it was 66-62 Clippers, and Clippers go on a 40-18 run. I guess, and I don't even. I mean, what do you want LeBron to say? You know my feelings on LeBron. I'm not a.
He needs to apologize.
But do you need
putting that roster to the ice?
Does he need to sit there every night and hear the same question? Like, this is where I understand how athletes can somehow get frustrated dealing with the media thing, and I understand it's part of it, and it needs to be part of it. But you're going to run somebody else out there one night, or is it's got to be LeBron every night?
LeBron James. Yep.
and telling you why Rob Pelinka screwed this up and why Russell Westbrook screwed this up and why. Look, LeBron James is balling. He had 26 and 8 last night, 4 assists, played 27 minutes. He was minus 27.
It's different. Like, we have never seen this LeBron James before to this level.
This
where
meaning what?
He's healthy. There's not an injury excuse like the first year he was in LA.
Yeah.
That LeBron James is out there putting up pretty much LeBron James numbers, and his team doesn't have a chance.
And he can't carry him. Yeah. In the past, and you can look around. I look at that first Cleveland team he took to the finals. With Matthew Dellavedova and you can't tell me 3 guys on that team. Besides,
Go back to the first one.
Yeah. Is this team?
Is
this team worse than that? Is this supporting cast worse than that? Because, or is he just at the back end? I mean, I don't know what more you want him to do. Should he be scoring 46 instead of 26 tonight? What do you want him to do? And I'm not a LeBron James fan. But it's hard for me to sit here and blame it on his play. Now, if you want to have a conversation about he's the one who constructed this roster and yes, he did. And he's got to sit there and take that. But now when you run him out there every night, what more do you want him to do on the basketball floor?
There's nothing else he can do right now.
They're brutal. Laker fan, I don't know where you are on this because they don't have the pieces to turn this thing around in the offseason. Well, they'll get rid of Westbrook, and what are they going to for Westbrook? He's fallen faster than the Russian ruble as far as his value. Well, maybe not that fast. Maybe not that fast.
Charles Barkley won't even address them by the Lakers, he said, until they win a playoff game.
God bless him. What does he call them?
Team from Southern California.
All right. No, I mean, that's not the Lakers.
So funny.
He's the best.
Good thing y'all can relive the glory days with that HBO show starting.
That's right. That's right, and that's where Laker fans going to go. And by the way, that's going to play even worse for LeBron, because that's going to remind Laker fan how it was, and in their mind how it should be. That's where this is going. It's like the timing couldn't be worse for LeBron to have people be reminded of how great the Lakers were back in the day. You think I'm wrong?
No.
Oh, the timing on this is brutal for him. 505-246-0610. You can watch it and you can enjoy it. Hope you can see it. If not, if you think maybe you need some corrective eye work, call Coleman Vision. Huh? See what I did there? Tired of wearing lenses and contact lenses and glasses. And look, I was tired of it. Way back in the day when I was anchoring the morning news. You want to talk about way back in the day, Marie. I think this was 2003, even before you had your light-up trophy. I was done. Went and saw Dr. Coleman. Best thing, one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Honestly. Still to this day, all these years later, the LASIK is great for me. I haven't worn corrective lenses to drive, to see at night, to any of those things that I was doing. Dr. Coleman took care of it. He is the best in the business. Went in at 1 in the afternoon. Opened my eyes, I don't know, an hour and a half later, and I could see. You want to talk about magic? Don't watch that HBO special. This is magic. This was unbelievable. Dr. Coleman uses the latest technology. He's played a significant role in developing and testing the current technology, and he uses it. It's used in New Mexico, but around the world, everywhere. It was originated at Sandia Labs, and people come from all over the country to have their LASIK done at Coleman Vision, because Dr. Coleman is the best. You will feel comfortable. You will feel like you belong. You will not feel intimidated. And by the way, he's not going to sell you something that you don't need. I've known many people who I've sent over to Dr. Coleman, and he said, look, I'd love to help you, but you're not a candidate, and this is why. Not everybody's a candidate for LASIK, but you might be. It is one of the greatest things I ever did for me. Check him out if you're considering corrective eye surgery. LASIK. It is phenomenal, and there's no place like Coleman Vision. Go to ColemanVision.com or call them at 505-821-8880. That's 505-821-8880.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You know what I'm fired up about tomorrow? I'm trying, like, how do I, you know, when I do the games with Hunter Green? You know, Jeff Symbieta, courtside Albertsons Radio Row with Lobo legend Hunter Green. Yep. Now I'm sitting next to former
All-Star MVP.
Former North-South All-Star MVP with the light-up trophy, Amory Castillo.
East-West.
It was East. Oh, is
Eldorado.
It wasn't North-South? How dare I get that wrong? I mean, what the hell's wrong with you?
That is hilarious.
What's hilarious?
Should I wear my Letterman jacket? I mean, this is hilarious.
Wear your Letterman jacket.
No, I'm not one of those.
You need to print out, like, a resume. So when Jeff introduces you on the broadcast, you can be like, messed around, got a triple-double in the All-Star game.
Well, you guys are like
2005.
All right, is Tyler George bringing his gold medal here when he's here at 8 o'clock?
That's
in the
way
studio?
different.
Well, is Amory bringing a trophy? Is it way different?
Yes.
Gold medal doesn't light up.
That's my point.
Oh.
A light-up MVP trophy from not the North-South, East-West All-Star game. When did they play East-West? Was it a city thing?
It was a state thing.
Yeah, and
so
you sure it's not the North-South?
I promise you this.
All right, I believe you. I believe you. I always thought there was a that was right in that window where I was kind of out of the sports world, right?
2005.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then two head coaches. They pick all-star players around the
Yeah, that's
state.
right
So
about
fun.
JJ when we were doing the show in the bunker in that basement down there. It was right about that time.
You know, it's funny. It was the day of my prom too, so I had to go straight from my game to my prom.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I love that. I love girl athletes who do that. Like Addie's got that issue. Like there's a I think we have a lacrosse. I don't know. There's either one of the balls or the dances, and she's got a competition that day. Yeah, it's
I went straight. Had my gown. I was like, just threw it on.
Yeah, she'll be at the game tomorrow with her Letterman's jacket.
Let's go.
I'm gonna guess the Letterman's jacket, although it's warming up.
Yeah, no. Maybe I'll just wear a.
Well, you figure it out.
I don't know.
All right. Lakers lose last night, 132-111. So you were telling me there's an exchange. So Russell Westbrook, it wasn't just LeBron James. Russell Westbrook's coming out and talking too. Westbrook played 29 minutes, shot 7 of 16 from the field. 17 points. He was minus 15 in a rout. I mean, the Laker games now aren't even competitive. You watch end of Laker games. Now, there was the Clipper game that was a 1-point game a week ago Friday. Now, 2 weeks ago. What was it? 1 week ago right now. Is that when I was in? Yeah. That took forever to end. But this is after the game last night. This is a reporter and Russell Westbrook. And
I mean, you said, based on what I envisioned, I want to know what you think I envisioned.
I would have you envisioned coming here and winning a championship, or at least being in
Is the season over?
It certainly isn't on.
Is the season over?
No, sir.
Thank you.
He's not wrong.
Is it over? Is it over?
Look, I don't know if
yes, Russ, your season is over.
That reporter's like, oh no.
It's kind of over, Russ. Yeah, it's kind of.
Okay, all right.
So was that I always go back to the question. Was that a fair question? The question being, is this what you envisioned? And
the answer to that is no.
Well, there's got to be a better way to ask that question. If you're asking a question that you know the answer, I mean, obviously this is not what Russ envisioned. So is there a better way to ask that question from the media? Russ, you didn't envision this. What do you think happened from the way you envision this going to the way it's going? What happened? Is that a better way to question?
It takes you away from the yes or no answer.
It does. It does. And also, it's you know the answer. Yeah, this is the way I thought it was going to work. Yeah, I just came over here to make all the money, but I knew we were going to suck, and I was going to be getting run out of here and take all the blame and listen to this crap from you. Yep, that's what I envisioned. You Dumas. Yes. What kind of question is that? But it is what it is. Do you think in that locker room they really believe that it's not over and that they can flip the switch, that Anthony Davis is going to come back, and that they can flip the switch and make a run at this thing? They've got LeBron James, they've got Anthony Davis, they've got Carmelo Anthony, they got Malik Monk. Do you believe what he said? Is the season over? The answer was, well, no, the season's not over.
I don't know if Russ believes it.
Okay, you think LeBron does?
I think LeBron and I think Frank Vogel is just keeping his fingers crossed that they get it to a first-round playoff series and you can put Anthony Davis on the floor.
Okay. They're going to get a first-round playoff series with either Phoenix,
if they get through the play-in,
or Golden State if they get through the play-in. Maybe Memphis. And I think Memphis would be maybe a better matchup for them. I don't know. This disaster, back in the day, I used to feel, back in the Kobe days, when they would struggle, I would feel, I'm not worried about it, they'll flip the switch when it comes to playoffs, and they usually did, right? I mean, I know you and I used to have these conversations. The Lakers will flip the switch. What switch are they flipping here? You got a bunch of old dudes in LeBron, who, by the way, isn't young, and he's still playing well. But what switch are they flipping? They're going to get Anthony Davis healthy, and all of a sudden he's going to be that young AD that gives you, 20 good games a season? Anthony Davis at this point, with all due respect, is an off-injured big man who can be really, really good for a short period of time. I don't believe a playoff run is meant to be a short period of time, by the way.
Anthony Davis is a big guy. He doesn't want to be a big guy.
Okay, but he is what he is.
But he doesn't want to be. Yeah. And he was a guard in high school, and he grew a foot in like 6 weeks.
Yep.
And it ruined what he wanted to be at his basketball.
Well, but it made him a terrific, versatile big.
Like, he's an NBA champion. He's never going to hit the expectations that he has talent-wise because he's made of balsa wood.
It's interesting. All right. You didn't say oft-injured.
Well, balsa wood is very fragile.
So you think he's balsa. What does Charles Barkley call him? Plain clothes?
Street clothes.
Street clothes? Street clothes? That's what he calls Anthony Davis. Street clothes. Barkley's the best. Street clothes. And he won't call him the Lakers. All right, 505-246-0610. I'll get to some of your emails when we get back. 888-922-0610. Tyler George, Olympic gold medalist in curling, is going to be in studio coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Looking forward to that. He's in town today, and this should be actually really, really cool. So looking forward to that conversation. Also looking forward to getting On the Spot Automotive Detailing back out and getting some work done. Probably after I'm done traveling a little bit, so the car doesn't sit in the airport parking lot and get grimy. But it's dirty right now from all the storms. I know yours is as well. And here we are going into spring, and your car's filthy from the winter. You're getting another storm next week. After the storm, call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Have them come out and detail your car. They do it better than you, first of all. They do. That's what they do. They come to you. They detail it inside, outside, under the hood, around the tires, the rims. Detail your vehicle. When it's done, it's like the day you took it off the lot. It is phenomenal what they do. And they come to you at the office, at home, wherever it's convenient. That's how they roll. They have a 10% discount for active military. They also offer ceramic coating, which is the best way to protect your paint for years and years to come. They'll apply it by hand and makes it last longer. Also, an unbelievable gift. Everybody will love getting this gift. I did it. Valentine's Day. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Flowers, chocolate. How about this? Winner, I got dinner. Call them, 505. That's our number. 505-859-2859 is their number. 505-859-2859, or book online at otsdetailing.com.
When cold and
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Sports Animal.
OD on a Friday. We're going to hoe today. We're going to talk with Mike Bradbury, Lobo women's basketball coach, coming up at 9 o'clock as the Lobos get set as the 2 seed in the Mountain West Conference Tournament, which will start off in Las Vegas next week. And then coming up at 8 o'clock here, just in a few minutes, Tyler George is going to be here, Olympic gold medalist in curling. I'm looking forward to learning more about curling and throwing the stone and how you get into it and how, I mean, and I want to hear curling stories. Curling stories and like when you're a curler, do you get a Letterman's jacket and what would it be, a broom or a stone? You know, the little pin that you put on there. You know, like the basketball's a basketball.
Yeah.
You think it's the stone or the broom?
Ooh.
I'm just asking. I don't even know. Lenny, are you a curler?
Yeah, I was actually practicing last week in my driveway. I took out a butterball turkey.
Yeah.
And I took out some of my knee pads from wrestling, and I just decided, and I found an old broom in my garage.
Hey, that's awesome.
So I was doing it with my dogs. My dogs played the rushes or whatever they are to make sure that the turkey stood and got into the hole.
That's good. In the summer, you could use a slip and slide.
Look, I mean, they used to make fun of bowling not being a sport.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God bless them. If you get into the Olympics, great. You could do it in curling. I watched it for an hour last week at a restaurant. It was 2 weeks ago.
You watched that.
I had no idea what was going on. I was asking people who were getting into it, like, how does the scoring work?
Yeah.
Is it work like marbles, where whoever hits the other marble out of the circle wins?
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's like
Okay.
you score with the closest to the middle. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Impressive.
and
But you
actually, that was
watched
the only Olympic event I watched for the whole Olympics.
That's my whole point on curling. That's why we're doing this, because that tends to be the one Olympic event people watch. Yes, absolutely.
So now let's get into basketball.
Yeah, if
First,
you want.
the Lakers are going to have to just realize that you give LeBron control, and I'm not taking away anything LeBron does as a player, but when you give the player the keys to the kingdom, and this is what you got, you have to deal with it. So next year, they have to blow the team up, and you have to get rid of Anthony Davis to recoup whatever draft picks you can get and start rebuilding the team.
Yes.
There's nothing else to do. LeBron's going to be 38 next year, and his injuries are only going to get more prevalent. Davis, maybe or maybe not, but if he gets back to 80, 90% of the old Anthony Davis is still better than 90% of the league at his position. So someone may give up a 1 now and then a 1 later on. But, I mean, as for the team, they're done.
Yeah, Laney, there's no switch for this team to flip this season. There's none.
No, there isn't. And then it's just like, I think the mayor of New York is a Knicks fan. This is what's happening next week. You will now be able to go to concerts, theaters, sporting events as a fan without being vaccinated. But you still not playing any athletic event if you're not vaccinated with at least one shot. So Kyrie Irving can go to the Barclays Center and watch the Nets play, but he can't play in the game because the mayor is saying, well, that's a private sector mandate, not public sector. I have no control over that.
Yeah, that one's going to be interesting. Laney, I appreciate the call. We're up against it here at the end of the hour. And, man, that stuff in New York with Kyrie Irving and then the mayor not wanting to single him out because of the battle they were having with the employees and Kyrie not playing, and then I think he get Kyrie back. The big thing for the Nets is Kevin Durant took the floor last night. Like, Kevin Durant is back from his knee injury. Kevin Durant is good enough to make that team compete. You sprinkle in a little part-time player in Kyrie Irving. You don't have a ton of confidence, but that jumps them right back up there. Because who are we talking about in the East? I get it. Miami has the best record. Do you believe in them right now? Miami, Milwaukee, Philadelphia. And then with Kevin Durant back on the floor, you talk about the Knicks. Not the Knicks, the Nets. The Nets being on the back end right there. The Eastern Conference is going to be a lot of fun, but Kevin Durant's a game changer. If you get Kyrie Irving full-time, it jumps them into that legitimate conversation. You're talking about Eastern Conference Finals appearance because Kevin Durant is that dude. But the uncertainty, Kyrie Irving's put himself in this situation. And they knew that it wasn't going to be as simple as they were hoping to end the season. And you're looking at, the mandates are coming down, this or that are changing. It just hasn't been that simple for the Brooklyn Nets. And, by the way, Ben Simmons, it's not just him trying to figure out where he is mentally. There's a back issue, and he is week to week. With that said, top of the hour, Jeff Symbieta returns with guests.
Look what I got. I found a gold medalist from Frank. That's what I found. Just hanging out. With the security guard. They all took their temperature. All right, we'll come back. Tyler George is in studio. We're going to talk to Olympic gold medalists. Curling, you can ask your questions. I mean, all the stuff you've been asking me, I'll answer. Well, I won't answer because I don't have a damn answer. He will. Let me open drive at 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Animal. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
All right, this is how I know how big this is. I mean, I don't know how often you sit down with a Olympic gold medalist, but we had to move Jasmine in the Sweet Deal. That's how, I mean, and Jasmine's about as big as it gets when you talk to Sweet Deal around here. It's big. It's back at on a Friday. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. I'm going to change courses on you a little bit, change surfaces on you a little bit, and sit down with Tyler George, who is in studio. He is an Olympic gold medalist. He won in Pyeongchang. on the U.S. curling team in 2018 and is in town to spread the love about curling. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Good to be here, not up in the frigid north.
I'm going to guess March 4th here, what are we, March 5th here, is a little bit more pleasant than maybe up in Duluth.
Yeah, it's hit or miss in March for me up there, but I think it's in the 20s
hit
right
or miss
now.
Between the 20s and the negative 20s? Like what are you hitting?
You could get to the 40s probably this time of month, but yeah, right now I think it's right around 20. But yeah, this is nice. I'll take this.
When you're going around spreading the growth of this game, and I think we just had a caller said, I don't know anything about it, but I sat and watched it for an hour. I because you watched it, and I said to somebody in our building the other day, we're gonna talk curling, and he kind of rolled his eyes at me. And I thought, you know what? This is the Olympic sport next to the ice skating, right? The figure skating that I think most people watch. Okay, everybody kind of watches skiing. But this is over the last 15, 20 years, the popularity in your game. And it's not just played once every 4 years. You guys do this all the time. But the growth of your sport has really been tremendous. And I don't know why that is, but probably you're going to tell me because it's a great game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of reasons, and we always see a bump in popularity surrounding the Olympics because that's when 99% of people actually watch it. But it is the most watched sport of the Winter Olympics. I think people identify with the athletes a lot more, and you can hear everything we say. We're mic'd up for these games. I can't think of another sport where that's the case. So while we're talking through what we're doing, yeah, I get a little higher ratings for some other things
maybe,
too. Yeah,
if we put it on cable.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of an everyman sport. You know, it's a lot more difficult than we make it look like on television. You know, imagine if the only time you saw like golf was when the pros are doing it. You've seen amateur golf. You've seen how bad it can be. Amateur curling's the same way. You just don't see it otherwise.
So it does look easy. It does look like, and that JJ, you and I have had these conversations so many times. It does look like, oh, I can do that, dude. There's one guy on his knee, kind of letting this rock, as you call the stone, 44 pounds, go, and these other dudes just kind of sweeping, dude. I sweep all the time. Like, yeah, everybody says I can do that.
Yeah, and we encourage that. We want people to think that because then they come out and try it and they realize it's not anything like they thought it would be. So it's a lot farther to the other end than it comes across on television. And when you sweep one time down the ice, you realize that's a lot more difficult than you thought.
Where are you sore? Upper body? First time?
Yeah, it's upper body stuff for sure, triceps. But, I mean, just cardio. Like, you're going to be gassed by the time you get to the other end.
Tyler George, Olympic gold medalist, curling, is in studio with us.
I love how you put it is you want people to come out and try it, but as a gold medalist, as someone that does this at the highest level, how do you balance that? Because I got to believe at times it's got to be frustrating just hearing that constant. Like people going, oh, it's curling, this looks so easy, but you're like, no.
It's like you're defending your game.
Well, part of what's changed is with our success in 2018, then more and more people came out to try it, and it was kind of an ironic fandom before that, and then now people are genuinely interested. Like, oh, we're number one in the world in curling. Now we want to check this out. So you know, one of the best things that happened for us was when Jared Allen and the football guys made their team, and they thought within 4 years they could get to the Olympics. That was the sport they chose to do it in. So they came out, and they took it very seriously, and Jared's now a curler, not the football guy that curls, but they got their butts handed to them by the 200th ranked team in the United States for 4 years. You know, they realized, oh, this is not anything like we expected it to be too. And now Jared is still playing, competing. Him and Mark Bulger started up a state-of-the-art curling facility in Nashville. Yeah, so I mean they're full-fledged into it. But those guys, you know, world-class athletes, finding out that this sport is not something you can just take up and succeed at. That's great publicity for us. We wanted them to come out and try it because we knew how it was going to go. But you know, now that they have a love for the sport too, they're ambassadors for the game, and they're helping grow it with things like this new facility in Nashville.
How does one get into curling at a young age? As not just someone that's like, oh, Olympics, get into it, because where I grew up, it was never on my radar, and I grew up in Colorado, but like as a kid, I never thought about curling. So up north, Minnesota, what is that like for younger kids getting into curling?
Yeah, it's not as popular as hockey or anything like that in Minnesota, but we do have youth programs. We have more curling clubs in Minnesota than any state in the country. It's pretty close with Wisconsin, but I mean the Midwest is where you're going to find the majority of it. But and I grew up in a curling club. My parents both played. They ran the curling club in my hometown in Duluth, so it was something that was just always around for me. but there's more people that play it. It's more common that people know what it is up there. And it's a great sport for parents to have their kids get involved in that. Again, I'm not saying that curling is athletically easy, but there isn't a specific skill you have to have, height, strength, speed, that translates to it. So, the average kid can come play it to a certain level.
You don't have to be
an elite level.
6'5", or you don't have to be a certain
Yeah,
body
it
type.
wouldn't hurt,
Yeah.
but it's not. It doesn't mean you can't do it. I'm never going to dunk a basketball. I physically can't do that. But there isn't anything in curling that a kid couldn't physically do.
So when you say, what's the toughest part? Well, because honestly, I mean, I was that guy. I can do that. I swear I can do that. I can go and sweep. I don't know which guy I want to be. Do I want to be the guy that slides and lets the stone go, or is that throwing? What's the toughest part?
I mean, the mental strain of the strategy of the game was always the toughest part for me. I was never more exhausted from playing a sport. I was an all-conference pitcher. I played soccer, played some basketball growing up too. But curling, from figuring, especially because I was a team captain back in the skip, so I'm running the strategy, I was never more exhausted than at the end of a tournament because it just wears you out mentally. You're playing chess on a 150-foot sheet of ice with 42-pound pieces, in essence, and you're throwing to spots that big. But
that was about the size of a grapefruit, by the way.
Yeah, physically speaking, good radio stuff there, showing you what looks right.
That's what makes me the pro.
Yeah, I haven't done this before, too. But physically speaking, the sweeping is the hardest part. Yeah.
Do you guys talk crap on there on the ice? Do you talk junk?
More off the ice. During the game, every once in a while, you might snipe somebody you know
really
well.
Good.
It's a really tight-knit community, so the guys that we'd snipe would be the ones we know.
What about the guys who just don't understand your language? So would you run it a little bit more?
That's a rare occasion. Almost everybody we play from other countries speaks English probably better than we do.
But then they get on the ice and they speak their native tongue, so you can't understand.
Right. But the thing with curling is that the strategy's fairly straightforward.
You know what they're doing.
Yeah, 99% of the time they're going to do this. We know we do that. I mean, you're not trying to fool anybody unless you say something kind of under your breath, well, if we do this, then they do that. That's what you want them to do.
Yeah.
So you just get that in their head and plant the seed. Yeah.
He's Tyler George, Olympic gold medalist in curling. So I asked you this off. We were talking about who gets into curling, right? And it would certainly be different in Albuquerque, New Mexico, than it is in Duluth, than it is maybe in Saskatoon. In Canada and Minnesota, for kids, is curling about as popular as maybe, I don't know, youth tennis is here? It's probably not like youth baseball or basketball or even soccer, but maybe like youth it's something that's out there that's an option. Lacrosse maybe for kids?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty close. I'd say curling's more popular than lacrosse in Canada. I'd say it's almost on par with tennis, but even when you talk about the television programs or the packages that you can buy in Canada, a lot of them say, yeah, you get this channel and you get these curling tournaments.
So does Frank have Frank Mercogliano's here, and he's from UNM fame, and he's also big into the Roadrunner Curling Club. But so I'm going to guess Frank's able to get the curling package to sit in his living room in New Mexico.
I'm sure he's found a way. Yeah,
I have no doubt. I just didn't know it exists. So we could find a curling package and sit there and crack a few and watch curling tournaments, matches, games. What's the term?
Games, draws, matches. Yeah, I mean you can say any of the above basically. But yeah, one of the biggest tournaments in the world, the Brier, the Canadian Curling Championships, starts up this weekend, and ESPN Plus and 3. It's not Plus now; it's 3. Okay,
it's 3.
So ESPN 3 covers every single draw basically of that tournament. So. So it's fun for us that we don't have to be real close to the border to actually watch that now. If you're not in a border town, back in the day you couldn't get CBC or TSN, their major stations. You couldn't watch curling stuff. But now, because of the popularity of the sport and because people do watch it, regardless of what part of the country it's in, ESPN and NBC have taken more interest in it. So that's part of what I'm trying to accomplish is keep helping grow the sport. And, the more players we have, the more exposure we have, then the more interest we get from those major networks too.
Is it expensive? I know we got to take a break, but is it expensive to get started?
Not particularly, not compared to hockey or anything.
Well, I'm thinking like golf, right? You got to buy golf clubs. You got to buy a broom.
Yeah,
you need a broom, right? You need sliders. You need the right shoes.
We have everything at the club for you.
So the club, and James is here from the Roadrunner club up at the Outpost Arena. So the stone, when you travel. You don't travel with the stone. You just travel with your brooms and your.
You do not have to bring the stone.
No, that's good. That's nice. It's like going to a basketball tournament. They have a ball.
If you play competitively, you're going to buy your own broom, your own shoes, your uniforms, whatever. But if you just walk into a club and you want to try it or you sign up, then they'll have the equipment on hand. You don't need to bring anything in except don't wear jeans and tear through those things when you're playing.
All right, it's a rookie mistake, just a rookie mistake. Tyler George is in studio. He is an Olympic gold medal. He did not bring his medal, by the way. Amory first came in. Where's the medal? And we'll get into that. He's got a ring, though. I always figured it'd just be like the Vax card, right? Here it is on my phone. Here's my medal. It's not the same. But I want to talk to you about the Olympics, getting there, the competition, winning, what it meant for you guys. I mean, how that was historic when you guys won a gold medal. This doesn't happen. It's the opening drive. Tyler George is in studio with us. Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Come rain or shine. High winds.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMA.
Al Michaels said in 1980 in Lake Placid, but then in 2018, this miracle happened. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. This was history, and the gentleman sitting with us in studio and in your ear is Tyler George, and was part of that 2018 U.S. Olympic men's curling team that won the gold medal. The first gold medal in the history of U.S. curling, the second medal in the history of U.S. curling. So you're in that gold medal match. I got to believe there's nerves. The moment that you realize, holy bleep, we just won. That I know you've been asked this a zillion times, but that feeling, I'm going to guess you never get tired of talking about it.
Yeah, it's funny because we kind of had two of those moments because late in the game we scored 5 points in one end, which is basically like a late inning grand slam in Game 7 of the World Series. Like, it's just something that doesn't happen. And so at that moment, we kind of knew we were going to win as long as we don't fall on our faces. Yeah. But it's funny where your mind goes there because it was tunnel vision for that up to that point in the game. And then all of a sudden you get that big end, you score 5, and it's like, oh my God, don't mess up, don't fall down, And again, you had no thoughts like that before that point. So then you finish the game off, you do what you're supposed to do, and then again you have that feeling of we just won. So it felt like it happened twice, but it was surreal both times. It wasn't joyous or excited or whatever. It's just like, oh my God, what just happened?
When was it joyous? When did you realize? I know you went into it knowing that this was historic, potentially historic. When did you realize the magnitude of it, what it meant, and allow yourselves to? I mean, there had to be a few popped, right?
Yeah, there were.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'd be really disappointed in curlers if there weren't.
We met up with the women's hockey team after we did all the media stuff that night, and yeah, things popped off pretty good because they'd been celebrating for 2 days already up to that
so
point.
They were already deep.
So yeah, imagine gold medalists celebrating with gold medalists
in Korea.
Yeah, in Korea, the little bar across the street from the Olympic Village.
Yeah, that's where I want to be.
That would have been a good place to be that night. Yeah. But I don't think it really sunk in the magnitude, like you said, until we got back, because it's going to be big back home, in Minnesota, where you're from. But we went to New York about 36 hours after we got back home to do media stuff for 5 days, and we got to our hotel, and we had these college kids run up to us, and they knew who we were, and they wanted to take pictures and get autographs, and we're downtown New York City. So now we're thinking, okay, maybe this is a little bit bigger than what we thought, and everything that happened throughout the next 5 days after that just reinforced that. When you have, we did the Tonight Show, and Jimmy Fallon takes us aside before we go on and says, I don't think you guys realize what you did or what you accomplished, especially for your country in a time where we're not really united on much of anything. And people just really got behind your story and your team, and you're thinking, well, yeah, we didn't think about it like that at all. We're sliding big rocks at giant circles. But, I mean, when somebody like that interviews people every day of that magnitude says you did something for your country, then, you take that very seriously.
Tyler, it's one of the biggest Olympic moments in any of our lifetimes. I mean, it really is one of the, Frank's over here. It's his Lake Placid moment. JJ, it's one of the biggest Olympic victories in the history for our country in our lifetime.
And there's even more to it because you guys had to come from behind.
Yeah.
In that tournament. It didn't start out like, oh, we're feeling good. It was like, we got some work to do.
Yeah, that's kind of how we always operated. I mean, right from when we put the team together, 3 of the 4 guys on the team were told that they didn't want them in the national program.
But here's this. I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Tell me about the rejects and how they became gold medalists.
Yeah, so John Schuster, the skip of our team, had been to the previous 3 Olympics. He had bronze as a lead in 2006, then took over as captain skip of his own team, and finished last and second to last in 2010, 2014. John and I actually played against each other in the Olympic trials final to go in 2010. And USA Curling starts up a new high-performance program where they invite everybody to come out for a combine, like NFL style, which is kind of a facade in essence for, okay, we're putting this together, but then we're going to select 10 athletes to be part of this program. I didn't even try out for it. I didn't like the way it was run. I wasn't sure how competitively I was going to play. And the other 3 guys I ended up playing with all tried out and were turned down, including John, who had been to the previous 3 Olympics. So that lights a fire under him. First call he makes is his biggest rival, myself. And we put a team together and added the other 2 guys in. And we won the national championship our first year from outside the national program. We beat the selected teams No funding, no coaching, no sports psych, no training, anything like that. Our own
It is
sponsors.
that easy.
Well, if you're good, if you're good enough, yeah. I prefer to think we're just that damn good, you know.
Yeah,
But we ended up entering the program after that on our own terms. We represented the U.S. at the 3 World Championships leading into the Olympics. Won the spot through the Olympic trials, and then even at the Olympics themselves, we were 2-4 after 6 games. But in all 3 worlds that we played in leading up to it, we were under 500 after 5 games, and our record the rest of the round robin in those 3 worlds was like 17-1. Wow. Like, we did that every single term. I don't know why. I wish we could have figured it out, but it put us in the same position at the Olympics that we're used to being, and then we got on that hot run at the right time. So, you'd like to say, we did it when it counted. We were the best team in the world for the right week, and that's the Olympics. It's your skill level, but it's also who's going to do it at the right time.
Well, that's under pressure. I mean, that's what champions. I say all the time. Champions aren't always necessarily the best. Now, sometimes they are, but who performs the best when the lights are the brightest? Those are the champions. Who can be the best at the biggest moments? Tyler George is the best. He's an Olympic gold medalist on that 2018 men's curling team. I know you hear this all the time, and we already heard this morning. Is it a sport? It kind of goes with these 2 questions. How many beers has your guest drank and still won a curling match, and do they have groupies?
Second question first. Yeah, they're out there, especially in Canada. Especially.
God bless them.
But with regard to the beers thing, see, now that's, I would equate to golf. Like, great golfers can get better, when they do it just randomly. But the average curler is not going to be able to go out and have 10 beers and then compete.
So 5?
Well, I mean, it's going to make it more fun, but we don't drink during major competitions. We play, like when we play at the Olympics, we're playing straight up. When we play on tour, we don't drink before games, anything like that. At the end of the day, you might have one with your opponents just socially, but it's a sport you can do socially like that. You can drink when you do it. But that's what makes it fun for leagues, But the thing that does bother us a little bit is when people talk about it not being a sport because you get better at it when you drink, and that's not the case.
They may.
It's just,
they may.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll also challenge them, though, because I, take my own drinking prowess seriously when I play.
Oh, boy.
Anybody wants to go toe-to-toe with me, drink for drink, and play, I'll beat them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to beat them sober, too. But it doesn't have anything to do with
that's the challenge, right?
Yeah. That's not a tournament you want to take
No.
on. That's our charity events. That's
right.
what we do with those things.
And those are common. Those are daily occurrence in Canada. I'm going to assume. And the groupies are drinking. I'm going to guess the whole time.
I would. Yeah.
You know what I realized? Equipment. The most integral part of equipment is your shoes, and it makes total sense. You're standing on the ice for 2 hours. I mean, go take your pair of Nikes, 3 hours. Go take your pair of whatever you're wearing right now. Go stand on the ice. 15 minutes in, you're really cold. I got to believe between your broom and your shoes, those are pretty integral pieces of equipment.
Yeah. I mean, the broom is something you're going to have your own when you're competing, traveling. Shoes are, again, like your baseball glove. You want the right fit and everything, but it is tough on your back too. I had a lot of back issues from playing. I mean, all the positions you get into is one thing, but even just standing on the ice.
Okay, and everybody is each position. I didn't know this either, JJ. Like you're not just the guy who throws the stone or sweep. Everybody does everything, including the yapper. What do you call the yapper? The skip. Yeah.
Well, the skip's the lazy one. They don't sweep. So they get to call the game for the first 6 shots for their teammates, and then they throw the last 2. So they're the only one that doesn't actually sweep. But, yeah, for everybody else on the team, you're sweeping and shooting. For my position at vice skip, third, I would sweep, shoot, and go into the house and call the last 2 shots when the skip is throwing. Yeah, the house is your target area where you're throwing at, the circles on the other end. So, yeah, you have to be able to do everything. It's not just one guy's the shooter, one guy's the sweeper, whatever. If you watch during the Olympics, then you probably, if you're looking at faces at all, you probably figured it out, yeah.
Tyler George, Olympic gold medalist, U.S. Curling team in 2018, is in studio with us.
So here's the thing. People are listening. They're enjoying the stories. What do they have to do to try it out?
The groupies.
Yeah, well, there's curling clubs around the country now, too, and the best thing about our accomplishment is that it's growing in areas where the sport didn't exist even 4 years ago. So I can't tell you how many times when I travel, I come up to people that say, I started playing because we watched you guys in 2018. I had a 15-year-old girl tell me that in a thing I did in Boston, and she was really good. So my first thought was, how'd she get that good that fast? And the second thought is, that's amazing that, these players that could be our next wave started playing because of what we did.
Cool is that?
It's incredible, yeah. So, even here in Albuquerque, there's a club. You go to roadrunnercurling.org. You can check that out. You can sign up for Learn to Curl events Thursday nights, 6:15, I believe, right? 6:30? 6:30, yeah.
They got a great logo, by the way. Did you look at the logo with the curling stone and the Roadrunner?
Yeah, and we will actually be at the canteen tonight at what time?
7 p.m. the Canteen Brew House on Aztec.
Yeah. So doing the social part
Where's
of the sport.
that one? I'll find. Oh, okay, it's not the one right down the street from my house.
No.
I mean, can you go to that one instead? It's like 2 stop signs away. It would help me. James, for people who want to get involved with this at Roadrunner Curling Club, how do they do this? So, and I know Tyler just talked about it, but I got to believe it's inviting, and you're looking to get people involved. And certainly with Tyler in this weekend, there's got to be some opportunities to go out and figure this out.
Yeah, well, this weekend is mostly, he's promoting the sport. If you want to challenge him to a game tomorrow, we actually, you can challenge a game tomorrow.
What game?
Yeah, you can. He'll play 2 ends, one with you, one against you.
I haven't played a game in 3 years.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now.
Might be too
all right.
That can't even be true, can it?
Oh, stop.
That I haven't played in that long?
Yeah.
No, see, I normally, since retirement, just play charity events, and we haven't had them because of COVID over the last few years. So the first tournament that I'm going to play in since 2019 will be in April in Oakville, Ontario. It's a charity event for a children's hospital that we do every year up
All right,
there.
what do you enjoy more, the real competition of these charity events where you get to have a couple beers in you and
At this point?
Yeah.
The charity events,
Okay.
absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, you've
Oh,
done
God.
everything there is to do in this game,
Yeah.
right? Is there
Yeah.
anything that you didn't accomplish that you want to accomplish still?
I
And
mean-
then what's the top age? Like, you're a young man, but what, we're talking about LeBron James. Well, he's 37 on the back end. Can you do this competitively, world class, until, where do you top out in this?
Depends on your position. For the top skip that isn't sweeping and the physical stress isn't as high, you could play into your 50s at a competitive level. I wouldn't expect you to succeed like at the Olympics, whatever, but for the average player, the ones that are sweeping all the time, whatever, your peak's probably going to be in your late 20s. You can play into your early 40s probably and still be at a high level, but the wear and tear starts to beat you down. I can definitely attest to that. So the charity events, we don't do any sweeping. We let everybody else do that for us.
Well,
so.
and I'll tell you, at our club, we've had as young as 8 and as old as 85 come on the
That's
ice and
beautiful.
push a rock.
Yeah, and that's
the
world class.
85-year-old actually was one of our best ones the first couple of years we played.
All right, you got anything else? I know we got to let these guys go. Ralph said, love this dude. Best interview this year. See? Love this
Thanks,
dude.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, come on out for a beer with us. tonight.
Ralph's in San Diego. No surf report this today either because of the rain and the wind.
I got to tell
Ralph
you
listens
quick,
in San Diego every
before we go, the gold medal thing. Now you see, people are disappointed that the medal didn't come in studio. So it's been 4 years. There's been another Olympics. So for me, I don't bring it around now unless I'm asked, and I always say that, and people are like, okay, I get it, but did you bring it?
Yeah.
Like they don't care. For me, it's like it's that far gone now. Let's I'm not going to be the guy like walking into the bar like, who wants to buy me one? I got one of these.
Yeah, you got
and
a
again
tattoo
doing the
on your
radio
arm.
thing where I'm pretending to hold it up.
That's a pretty cool tattoo on your arm, though. You can see it when you were.
Yeah.
Right when I saw you raise that arm, so just in case people
Yeah.
didn't know that.
That's my design.
Here it is.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, hey, it's that dude. And by the way, it's kind of saying that doesn't define me. It's kind of something I won, but that's not who I am.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Enjoyed this. Thank you for stopping by. Congratulations on all the success. And honestly, Tyler, you're a part of history. You're a part of one of the greatest. Frank's favorite Olympic moment ever. It's his sport. A lot of people feel that way. One of the greatest Olympic moments in the history of our country, and you were on that podium, and appreciate you spending some time with us. We'll come back, open up phones, and we got a sweet deal for you as well. It's the Opening Drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Insurance is not a commodity you can buy off the shelf.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff. One scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough. Back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
It's not often that you sit down and have a conversation with an Olympic gold medalist, especially an Olympic gold medalist. JJ, the magnitude of what Tyler and that team did in the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, winning the first ever United States gold medal in curling, and really, in some respects, in many places, putting curling on the map for people. All of a sudden, you cared. You know why you cared? Because we were good. It's amazing. Because we were good at something, and all of a sudden, people cared. Oh, dude, we have the gold medal. That was one of the coolest guys. And I'm not gonna lie.
So you wanted him to be more excited.
I just told him. I said, you're way too humble about the moment, right? The moment that you realize you made that history. And he's like, I'm not a self-promoter, and I totally understand that because I get that. And don't be anybody you're not. Like I didn't mean like you need to be. It's just you would think something of that magnitude. He was on the Jimmy Fallon show, and the Tonight Show, and the Today Show, and Good Morning America, and every show in America, and has that gold medal. I thought his story was fascinating. I thought it was really cool. I think this is really cool too. Yeah, we have a sweet deal for you, and it goes on sale today on our website, which is sportsanimалabq.com, and it goes on right at 9 o'clock. You go there and you click on the sweet deal icon. It is Cello Grill, and Jasmine is here to talk to you about what they've got going on, about the happy hour at the specialty tea bar, and about the new Cello Bowls. Hello, Jasmine.
Hello.
By the way, thank you for
Friday.
Yeah.
So Feta Friday.
Yes.
What is that?
So every Friday at Cello Grill, you can get half-priced our feta fries.
How good are they?
They're absolutely delicious. It's our French fries with feta cheese,
lemon,
parsley, you name it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Like everybody's
I'm
in. So kind of we on Friday we ho. That's our thing. You guys feta fries?
Yes.
All right, that's terrific. Also, with all the stuff coming up, now we're getting into spring. You've got parties going on. If you think about events, you think about catering, you think about Cello Grill.
Yeah, now that everyone's, back in the office, we have our boxed lunches, which are a great option. And with wedding season right around the corner, we got you covered.
You know she's engaged. Have you met A. Marie?
No, I don't think I have.
Hi. A. Marie's engaged. She didn't ever. She can't hear you, but yeah.
I can hear. Hi.
All right, we'll work on that. Here's what we got for you. On your sweet deal, you go to the website, and for $25, you get $50 worth of gift certificates to Cello Grill. And you can use that for lunch. You can use it towards catering. You can use it towards the tea bar. You can use it towards Feta Friday. You can use it towards whatever you want. You are located at
5010 Cutler Avenue, just right off of San Mateo and I-40.
And it is. Throw this in your lunch rotation, by the way. If I know you're always, hey, I'll meet you for lunch. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Well, we went there last week. We go this. If Cello Grill's not on your lunch rotation, you are missing out. Put it on your lunch rotation and go there because it is terrific. All right, so it's catering, it's the tea bar, it's Feta Friday, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, and you guys are killing it. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming by. Best of luck to you as you roll through. I know the radio, we threw your schedule off a little bit, but there was an Olympic gold medalist in the house.
I know, that's super exciting. I'm obsessed with the Olympics.
Are you? Winter, summer, what do you like?
I prefer winter, but I love both.
So are you into curling? Do you ever watch curling?
Occasionally, yes.
That guy right there that you passed the hallway, Olympic gold medalist in curling. First ever for the United States. That's a big deal.
It is.
I'll send him over for some feta fries while he's in town.
Okay.
All right, be well, Jasmine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's your sweet deal. It's Cello Grill. Go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com, right at 9 o'clock. Click on the sweet deal icon, and you can be part of that. Get $50 for just $25. They will make a movie out of that Olympic team, won't they? It might not be.
They should.
Well, right. Mira Curl, and I know that was a big deal. I didn't make that up. Mira Curl on ice.
I was going to say, you're on to something there.
Well, that was Frank's thing, and he took it from someone else.
Netflix is always looking for something.
Well, I mean, that one, the way he's talked about how the team came together, and like you brought it up, they were a team of misfits in a sport that really wasn't ours, and that somehow we became the best in the world at it. It feels like a pretty good movie, and they have groupies. Who knew? What'd you learn? I learned that everybody does everything. I thought like you had a designated position. I didn't know that. That everybody they rotate and everybody.
Yeah, just even all the little things of what you do, how you got there. It's
no doubt.
Sounds simple, but it ain't.
I like sports where you can drink too while you play.
Well, recreationally, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you know what I mean.
You can do that on almost everything.
Well,
right?
but you know
softball,
what I mean.
golf, bowling. Yeah. We all love to golf, but if you talk to Nota Begay or you talk to Tiger Woods, those guys they're the best in the world. I know plenty of people think, a little swing lube in me and I'm better. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. If I have even if I have a good front nine, I'm getting a little swing lube, a little steering fluid at the turn, because that's what I do.
Steering fluid, I love
You know
that.
that Amen fluid? Yeah,
I never heard that.
Amen fluid. Yeah. All right, we'll go to phones when we come back. 505-246-0610. Come on in, and we'll reset for you as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Edible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. Cheese is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
One point, I got Mike Bradbury coming up in when? Don't say top of that. We almost said that. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We'll talk to Mike Bradbury. 505-246-0610 is where we are today. 888-922-0610. Wide open for you going into the weekend. Hello, Edward.
You know, I've thoroughly enjoyed today's show. Anytime an individual reaches the pinnacle of his profession in curling, it's good to hear their perspective. And, Jeff, just so you know, one can never have too much swing lube in their life. So I want to make sure you get your quota in this weekend. That was good. You know, he didn't have his gold medal with him, but I would fully expect great country of Texas this weekend. I might go to Academy's basketball game to hear you and A-lister call the game. But I would fully expect to see that lighted trophy. Remember that guy that was traveling around with the national championship trophy from city to city? I would expect full security detail with the A-listers lighted up trophy. I think that'd be awesome.
It's something. Let me tell you something, by the way. Tyler may not have the medal with him. He kind of pointed with his right arm, and on his right forearm, he's got the Olympic rings, and one of the rings is a gold medal. So you kind of get the point right there, right on his right arm. He told us afterwards, JJ. He said the whole team said if they win the gold medal, they're all getting tattoos. The guys have it in different places, on their calves, on their leg, whatever, and he put it on his arm. And as you should. I mean, that's like, I don't know that defines that guy. That's who he is, but that's one of 4 dudes who made history. That's never been done. And if you remember that moment in 2018, that was gigantic.
Yep, and that's his God-given right to put his tattoo on his arm. Anyway, if I don't go see the Pecos Panthers, which, by the way, are playing another Panthers, Peñasco Panthers, I think they're going to take Peñasco out. I might go to the Academy. By the way, in the state of New Mexico, it must have been densely populated with cats at some point because we got wildcats and half the teams are Panthers and bobcats.
Cougars, yep.
Cougars. You know, I've lived here for a while, and I don't see a density population, but there used to be jaguars in southern New Mexico. I think they're still there in some cases. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to possibly seeing tomorrow night. Maybe you could wear your Letterman jacket, Jeff. I'll rock mine, too, and we'll make it a cacophony of Letterman's jacket. Anyway.
I know my kid will be wearing hers. That part I know.
That's her God-given right to wear your hurt jacket. But enjoy the show. Great interview. Looking forward to it. But, A-lister, make sure that lighted up trophy's on full security detail as we travel to this great state of New Mexico with it.
I have to get that tonight when I'm having dinner at Dad's house.
I know. All right, Edward, enjoy the weekend. Later. It's so good. A-Marie and I will be on the call on ProView Networks tomorrow. I got to let those guys know. I'm not even asking them. I'm just telling them. A-Marie is going to join me on ProView Networks. We're going to do Academy and Goddard tomorrow. Sebastian, like the A-team, Sebastian Noel and Steve Davis are going to go to, they're doing the La Cueva. Who's La Cueva playing? They're going to that game.
West Mesa?
Okay. But I'm still looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to going to Vegas next week. JJ and I will be there. Conference tournament. Mike Bradbury is going to join us here in about 9 minutes. We'll talk about the Lobel women's basketball team. Thank you to these incredible partners who are making sure that JJ and I are there for you. Want to say thank you to Car Crafters, celebrating 40 years in Albuquerque. Airport parking at exit 221. Easier, quicker, smarter. Coleman Vision, perfect game. Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce. Join, connect, thrive. And Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Lobel women's basketball, it's going to be interesting to hear what Bradbury's got to say. They've been off for a while now, getting healthy, getting in the right place, getting where they need to be, and they'll open up against the winner of the Boise State-San Diego State game. Those two teams will play on Sunday in Las Vegas, and Lobos will get the bye into the quarterfinals as the number 2 seed. And, JJ, you've been watching this team all year. I know you're excited about the run that they can go on.
Yeah, all the pieces are in place, but this is a team that right now you could see it wouldn't be surprising if it was great or if it was a slow start. But I'm not expecting a slow start. I think this week off is going to be very beneficial for this basketball team. We're going to talk with Mike coming up next, just how he's seen it both physically and mentally. And this is what Jaden De La Cerda and Antonio Anderson came back for, is to be in this position to make a run in Las Vegas.
Well, it's going to be big, and this will be a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to do that when we come back. Then it'll be yours the rest of the way. We will hold because, well, it's Friday. Don't forget that going live on our website coming up here right at 9 o'clock is our sweet deal, Cello Grill. Go to sportsanimallabq.com, click on the sweet deal icon, and you can get $50 worth of Cello Grill for only $25. The way I look at it, that's a lot of free money. Edward, what? Okay, I don't know that I want to read that. All right. We were talking about the Lakers before. The text line says, "You are people still talking about the losing Lakers. Wouldn't a team's performance, rather than its branding, marketing, fan-based expectation, and effect on ratings, be the basis of its media support? How much in dollars will the Lakers still profit this year?" So, talking about the Lakers, because they have a guy that so many of you think is the greatest player of all time on that team, and he put together this team with the most storied, or one of the two most storied franchises in that league. And they are...
An explanation why we're still talking about the Lakers?
Yeah. Why are you talking about a losing team? I mean, do you really need that explanation? Yeah, they're a losing team. They're in 9th place in the West. They're in the play-in.
It's shocking how bad they are.
And the names, the superstar names that are on that team, and the stories and the way it is. Like, yeah, we're still. People care. People are still talking about the Lakers. And by the way, they're really popular around here. There's a lot of You see more Lakers. What other NBA team do you see more than the Lakers on gear around here? I don't think you see anything more than them. You see more Celtics, more Bulls, more Spurs, more Nuggets, more Suns, more anything? It's Lakers, right? All right. Mike Bradbury's here next. See more Lobos stuff than you see anything else probably around here. We're going to talk to the Lobo women's basketball coach about the upcoming tournament, getting them set and getting you set for that as well. Thanks for opting to be with us this morning. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. A-Marie's got us here in the radio. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta next to JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Conference tournament time. It is madness. It is March. It is fun. It's nerve-wracking. It's work. It's travel. It's all of those things. It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us on a Friday on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. JJ's headed as the voice of the Lobo women's basketball team to Vegas as the ladies will open up conference tournament play in Las Vegas in the quarterfinals as the 2 seed. Lobo women's basketball, 23-8 overall and 14-4 in conference, will go in after they'll play on Monday, 6 o'clock in Vegas, 7 o'clock here on the Sports Animal against the winner of the San Diego State-Boise State game. The head basketball coach for the Lobo women is Mike Bradbury, and it is our pleasure to welcome back to the show. Hello, Mike. How you living?
Doing great. Thanks. How are you guys?
We're good, and appreciate you spending some time. I know there's a lot going on now. It's interesting how the schedule worked out. You had no games scheduled for basically it's going to be, I think, 10 days if I didn't miscalculate. And I always think maybe that would be a tough time to have 10 days off, but it feels maybe this was a good time for you to get healthy and kind of regroup. What'd you do over the last 10 days? How'd they go?
Well, we practiced a little bit, but mainly we've rested and rehab. We were beat up. We had some kids that were hurt and playing through some injuries, and hopefully they're getting better. We played last Friday. We took Saturday, Sunday off. Practiced Monday, Tuesday. Took Wednesday off. Practiced Thursday, Friday, and then we'll take tomorrow off.
When do you rehab your voice? Because your voice is beyond mid-season level. Like, your voice sounds like you are late in the season.
Yeah, we are late in the season. It's hopefully I can wear it out for another 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, that's the goal. All right, going into this. So you talk about getting healthy and having some ladies banged up. Was there enough time to get everybody healthy and get them in the right frame of mind?
I mean, they seem to be better, at least energized. A couple of them they'll have surgery at the end of the season, so they're not going to get a whole lot better. But the biggest thing was getting them rest.
And Mike, with that, over just really the last month or so of this season, you've been in it with this team, the ups and downs. How much do you think that they've learned, even at this point in the season, about what it takes to hit the expectations that you all have for this team?
Yeah, they know. We'll be ready to play come Monday. They know what's at stake, and they know how important this is, and they also know that we're capable of winning it.
I look at this league, and I look just at the last week of the league. Anybody can beat anybody, and come into it, and you think you know who you're going to play. You would think that San Diego State's going to beat Boise State. But I don't know that this is going to be a tournament where all the white shirts win. And I just look at the last weekend of results, watching UNLV go down to Nevada as the number one seed in your league. There's no easy outs, are there?
There's not. It's really tough, and there's bad matchups for each team. And it's funny that us and UNLV basically lost to the exact same team.
Yeah.
And there are no easy outs, and it'll be tough from day one, regardless of who we play, San Diego State or Boise. So I would literally think, there's probably 6 teams that could win it.
You got a veteran club. Mike Bradbury is the Lobo women's basketball coach. He's with us on the opening drive. Lobos will play either Boise State or San Diego State on Monday, quarterfinals of the Mountain West Conference Tournament, right here on the Sports Animal. And if you're going out, get out there early and enjoy them. I always think teams in postseason tournament, and unless you have like just a great, outstanding, better than everybody player, veteran clubs, especially veteran guards, tend to win in March. And it feels to me, I mean, you've got a veteran club and veteran guards, and it feels like that's a recipe that you should be able to have some success.
Yeah, I agree. We won't be intimidated by anybody. Nothing will shock us or scare us. We've just got to go out there and play with great intensity and focus. And if we can do that, I like our chances. I like this team. I've loved this team for the last 2 years. And we got them all back. I think we're plenty capable.
Yeah, and the other part of it is where are they above the shoulders? I always think that in March. Who's the most stable, the most focused, the most motivated? And some people think that goes too far. But for your team, this really is what they came back for. The super seniors came back. Yeah, they wanted to have another year, but they came back for this week, didn't they?
They did, and it's going to be a big deal, and for them, and I think we'll play well. I don't want them to feel any pressure, but I do want them to be focused.
And Mike, you mentioned that you feel that there's potentially 6 teams that could win the conference. How has this year maybe prepared you differently, playing the amount of teams that have brought the challenge and talent to the table for this moment?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think the league was good. I think it was deep. And I think it has hardened you, for tough games in March. And I think our non-conference schedule did that as well, and I think we're fully prepared to go play, and we're looking forward to it.
Mike, aside from the obvious, win or go home, what's the difference in mindset for these games? The obvious is the urgency, and you've got to win or it's over. But do you prepare any differently? Game days. I know the prep is so much quicker because you've got sometimes inside of 24 hours to turn this thing around and scout. But as far as basic game day prep, is it just another basketball game?
It is for us. We don't treat it any different. I don't know what we would do differently. You have to get ready. You only have a certain amount of time. And you have to cram all that stuff in there in a short amount of time. So I don't know how we would do it any different. So it's just another game to us.
So, like in this situation, you may play San Diego State, you may play Boise State. Obviously you kind of prepare for both, but when do you start putting in game plan? Like you may say, okay, I think San Diego State's better than them. They're going to beat Boise State. How much do you look at a specific opponent right now as opposed to Sunday evening?
Well, we're fortunate because they both play very similarly, okay? And so we're kind of preparing now in general. But they run a lot of the same offense, a lot of the same defense. So we're kind of fortunate there's not a lot of difference in those two teams.
Lobo women's basketball coach Mike Bradbury is with us just for a few more minutes. Hey, Mike, the success that this program has had, the level that you got last year winning the regular season championship, competing for it again this year, what has that done for this program? As you guys go out and recruit, have you felt a difference now? Are you getting into different living rooms? Are you getting a different reception than maybe you did 2-3 years ago?
A little bit, and it's mainly within our league, though. We're getting the same level of freshmen, but now we're able to get a better transfer if that's what we're looking for. And it's funny because a lot of that comes from being familiar, and the people in our league that will transfer within our league, I think we'll have a chance to get most of those.
Yeah.
Mike, it's something that I know you've talked about it, and it's always impressive, but when you see it once again, the number of fans that attended Lobo home games this season, 15th in the country, of course, leading the Mountain West once again, and coming off of last season, everything that the fans had to deal with this year. What is that like just to see that number from the fans?
It's incredible. I mean, that's what makes this job special. It's again, going back to recruiting, it's what makes recruits come here, is we have great fans, and we have a lot of them. And, I didn't know how it would be this year, with number of fans, and the turnout's been great.
When you got here, you heard about it. At what point, and maybe it was your first game, I don't know, maybe it took a while, maybe it's not there yet. At what point did you realize, wow, this is different? They can tell you all they want, the pit's different and the crowd's different, but you go, and JJ's told me about it, you go to a lot of gyms, and the crowds in this league and around most of women's basketball are not like you get. When did it hit you like, this is different, this is kind of special?
Yeah, well, when Paul called 6 years ago, that's the reason I took the job, was because of the fans. I mean, I'd never been to New Mexico and had never been to UNM, and that was the reason to go, is because there's only a handful of teams that can say they draw what we do, and I thought it would be pretty neat and pretty cool to recruit to.
Yeah, and it is pretty neat and it's pretty cool, and you've got a heck of a team. You've got a team that really can do some special things. I know it's one game at a time. Lastly, the message is just to keep their heads straight, and I'm going to guess you feel like their heads straight because that's what you've been saying. What's the message going into game one? Because you can't win game 3 unless you win game 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's it, and that's exactly what we'll say, and we've already said it. The championship game is on Monday night, and if we win that, then the championship game will be on Tuesday night, and we'll keep moving forward because that's the only one that matters.
Mike, look forward to seeing you in Vegas next week. Thank you for spending some time with us. Congratulations on what was a really, really fun, successful season. Make a deep run in Vegas. Good luck to you. Safe travels. We'll see you there.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you. Mike Bradbury, the head basketball coach for Lobo women's basketball. It's a very focused, and his voice is so mid-season form, isn't it? It's just so perfect. But you're as close to that team as anyone. They've got a chance to do something really cool.
They do, and it's the excitement of watching what they've done all season long, but knowing that there's still a lot like this team. And you brought it up this week, Jeff. Like, yeah, early in the season, they were playing a lot better than they are now. But what were they able to learn going 6-4 over their last 10 games, going through it, having to respond? They never lost back-to-back games in Mountain West play, so they always were able to step back up and respond. And now you take all those lessons. You know you can be really good. You know you can play at a higher level into the Mountain West tournament Monday night.
All right, 505-246-0610. Come on in. It's yours the rest of the way. We'll reset for you when we get back. You can get in on anything we've talked about. Lobo men's basketball senior night tomorrow. I want to get into a little bit of what Saquon Singleton as well as Jordan Arroyo and Clay Patterson have met to that program as they say goodbye to the pit tomorrow night. That is spring you're feeling in the air. Tickling 70 degrees the last couple of days and tickling your sinuses. Time to get out, get active, be moving. Guys, how you feeling? You ready for it? If you're not ready for spring, if you're tired too often, you're feeling sluggish, you put on a few too many pounds, even maybe you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, call NuMale and help yourself. NuMale helps men all over the country deal with these very natural things. Their number is 505-652-1688. Or you can go online at NuMale. That's NuMale.com. Why are so many men visiting NuMale? Because it works. NuMale utilizes industry-leading testosterone replacement to help men deal with very natural symptoms. Fellas, reality is as you age, there's a good chance you're going to be affected by these 100% natural things. You don't have to succumb to them, though. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688 and take care of it. NuMale's right here in Albuquerque. They're convenient. It works. The beauty of NuMale is the results. They're real. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688 or visit NuMale.com and feel better.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's.
All right, you get a good weekend now. You got state basketball. You got Lobos at home tomorrow night. And then on Monday, we go into the conference tournament. And we are going to be there, JJ. You're going on Sunday. Thank you to Mike Bradbury for being with us. Lobo women will open up on Monday. Quarterfinals against the San Diego State Boise State winner. Thank you to Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce. Join, connect, and thrive. CarCrafter celebrating 40 years in Albuquerque. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Coleman Vision, perfect game. And airport parking at exit 221, easier, quicker, smarter. Those are the good folks who are making sure that JJ and I get to Vegas and bring you the content that we're going to be able to bring you next week. And we've been able to do, JJ, over the years. Been very, very fortunate to go to this conference tournament, and I'm looking forward to this about as much as anything. Tomorrow night is senior night, and I was just asked in the hallway by one of our salespeople, can the Lobos beat UNLV tomorrow night? It's a tough one, and UNLV's playing for something. So when Fresno State lost last night, did UNLV wrap up that fifth spot, right? I think they did. So UNLV is still looking, I think they want to play in the postseason. They want to get to the NIT. Lobo Hobo says, senior night, Jeff, we know who the seniors are, but who else is wearing their Lobo home uniform for the final time? I don't know, man. Look. He's asking who's transferring out, who's not. I don't know. When you think of this senior class, Saquon, who's gone through a lot, had the heart scare early this season. He was sidelined. I've told you the story. I was with the team in Colorado right when he was reactivated, and I had a really good conversation with him in one of the meetings. And I'm such a fan of that young man because they took basketball away from him. It's what he loved. But imagine being 20, 21 years old. Not only they take away basketball, but that's what you love, but the reason they took basketball away from you is because they're telling you there's something wrong with your heart. And what that young man went through just emotionally, just above the shoulders. And to come back and contribute and be a part of this and go through the coaching change and everything that happened, I hope people appreciate what Saquon Singleton has done and what he's gone through.
Yeah, Saquon has been a good Lobo. I don't think he's really been able to reach his potential here, just with everything that's gone on. Last season, no one was really able to grow on this team, and you come in this year, and he didn't get a chance to get into the rotation because of his health issues. But when he's on the floor, he plays hard. From all accounts, he's been a good dude, a quality player in that locker room. Lobo fans seem to really just like his attitude and the way he plays overall. And feels like he could have been a bigger piece had he not had that issue earlier in the season. But he's still there, and he's someone that tomorrow night in one game in Vegas, there could be 10 minutes where he has a chance to change the game.
Jordan Arroyo, local guy, walk on, forced into playing some key minutes. Every coach that's been here says how hard he works. He's put on a bunch of bulk. He was out there guarding Orlando Robinson 2 weeks ago. Orlando Robinson is going to play in the NBA. Jordan Arroyo is a walk-on. It's late February, and that's what you're throwing at him. And you know what? He goes out there and did everything he could. And he made some plays, got some rebounds. I'm not going to tell you the greatest walk-on story ever because it's not. But it's a good walk-on story. And it's a guy who got to play Division I basketball for his hometown team and lived the dream, not necessarily during the greatest period in the history of level basketball, but he got to experience it and at times contribute probably a whole lot more than many of us thought he ever would.
Absolutely. And, for Jordan Arroyo, I think he's learned a lot on and off the court. He's gone through it as a young man playing collegiate basketball. I really liked how he talked about it, that he wouldn't change the opportunity even being a walk-on because he said he got to practice, play against Division I competition, and got to grow in this. And it opens doors that you don't get in other places.
No doubt.
Being a walk-on at the Division I level.
And Clay Patterson, another local guy who walked on, didn't play as much, but
he started. Paul Ware brought him back.
Yes. Yeah.
And
yes. Yeah.
And he stuck it out, hung around.
Yep. Rudy, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. It's Friday, and it's time to get the weekend on. Did I miss the hoe?
No, we haven't hoed yet.
Okay, good. I always like to catch the Friday hoe. That's the high point of my week for sports talk. I want to congratulate the women's team, 17th in the nation in attendance.
Pretty good,
that's
huh?
Top 20, right? We always want top 20, so that's top 20 in attendance. I think that they've got as good a shot as anybody, and I talked to Jaden and Shai Magruder last night at Lobo Talk, and I think they have the right mindset. And like they said, all we're thinking about is one game. That's it. And if we play to our potential in that one game, then we got an opportunity for a second game. But we can't think about anything else. We can't think about what's at stake. We just got to think about, San Diego State, because I think that's who they're going to play.
Okay.
It would be, if it's an upset, that's okay. I think we match up better against Boise State, but that doesn't mean we can't beat San Diego State. And then for Saquon and Clay Patterson and Jordan Arroyo, thank you guys for staying the course and helping build the base that's going to be the foundation for Lobo basketball going forward. And I really think that under really exceptional circumstances, if you think about it, we're still not even going on a year that Pitino's been here, right?
That's correct.
And he didn't start recruiting until probably mid to end of April.
Okay.
So a lot got left on the table in terms of what they could actually.
Well, they recruited via Zoom also, right? I mean, they weren't recruiting in person. Yeah. I mean, and everybody was in the same boat now. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this is a woe is only you issue, but everybody was in the same boat with that.
Oh, yeah, no, and while I appreciate that, some schools it's easier to recruit via Zoom than others. And I think once you get people here, and once kids get off the plane and they see Albuquerque, they have a different opinion of it than if you're just trying to show them on a Zoom call.
Or they watch
a lot
Breaking
of these
Bad.
kids that they recruit have never even set foot in Albuquerque.
Yeah, all they know about it is Breaking Bad and what they read on Wikipedia. Yeah, I think that's right.
Sure. And I think you get here, and it is a surprising place, and it's a place that I call home, and a lot of people call home. And I think that going forward, Pitino's going to get the players that we need. All he needs is a couple of big guys, because I think he's got the guards and the forward.
Well, he keeps recruiting more guards too. I mean, they keep every time I turn the page, it looks like they got another guard coming in. So yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be guard heavy, but like you just said, when it comes down to tournament time, it's guards that usually carry the day.
Yep.
Because if you can control the ball and you can get it to your big men, you're in a lot better shape than guards that can't control the ball and can't get it to their big men. So we'll see what happens going forward, but I like what's being constructed so far. And by the way, guys, we'll see you out in Vegas, and Jeff, come on by the condo and let's have a drink some night.
All right, JJ, you can't go, but I'll be by.
Can I come?
JJ's always welcome. But JJ's going to be a little busy calling those games, you know?
That's right.
I want him to keep his voice.
Yeah, he needs to keep his voice. I just got to do 3 hours radio at 6 in the morning. Yeah, A-Marie can come too.
Can I come?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All sports animals.
Party at the condo. All right.
We'll see you out there in Vegas.
All right. Safe travel. See you. All right. I think he's right. I think he's right. On where they are and where they're.
Let's look through the blinds.
I'll tell you about it. You want me to send you pictures?
Hi.
Can I bring JJ as my and one? What is that? The
plus one?
Plus one?
And one!
And one's a different.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call it the and one at my wedding invitations instead of plus one.
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna call it and one.
That goes right.
Right, part-time bro.
Yeah, you invited it with your and one.
With your and one.
That's not what it is. It's plus one.
Oh yeah, but that's really funny.
Plus and one. Yeah. All right. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, New Mexico strong since 1958. They are your home loan leader. Built in the heart of Albuquerque, their goal is to help New Mexicans achieve the dream of home ownership. They have the right loans, local expertise, and a relationship that's built on trust. Kirtland Federal Credit Union's mortgage team is 100% local. What does that mean? It means your loan stays 100% local. You don't send payments out of state. If you have a question, you'll reach out and talk to someone. They are going to be right here local in Albuquerque. Meet the Kirtland Federal Credit Union mortgage team. Get started and get all the information you need at kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. See a representative for complete details.
Best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
So I got some relatively big cowboy news.
Give me a hole if you got your keep a spare. Double Dutch bus coming street. Moving dirty fast, so kinda shuffle your feet. Get on the bus, pay your fare, then tell our driver that you're going to a double Dutch affair. Well, I'll be gone. Here it comes. The double Dutch bus is on the street. You better get off the curb. Move your bus fare, trans pass. That's the way my money lasts. Ain't got no car to get around. When I go to work, I gotta go downtown. Now I miss my train. That's a common shame. When I'm running late, no sleep's to blame. If you got a wife, you know I'm right. You got a special man. Well, I can understand. Uptown, down.
I didn't make it to that.
Everybody's getting down. Say uptown.
Oh, man. 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm always at that same place.
That
aren't I?
4-second mark.
That's what I got, man.
Yeah, that Cowboy news.
I got big
Just saw
Cowboy
that.
news
Big
for
Cowboy
you.
news.
Yeah, it's the opening drive.
Very big.
It's kind of
Can't
big.
talk about
Kind
the
of
Cowboys.
big.
Is this kind of big?
Cowboy fan, where you at?
Can't talk about the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys are
Talk about
likely.
winners around here, Jeff.
Likely.
Oh, okay, never mind. We can't talk about the Lakers and Cowboys.
Winners.
They're not winning. Adam Schefter, who's always right. When was the last time Adam Schefter was wrong?
I don't know.
Well, Tom Brady. He said Tom Brady's retired. No, he said Tom Brady was retiring. He was right. Dallas Cowboys, according to Schefter, are likely to release wide receiver Amari Cooper. It's kind of big. He's due $20 million in fully guaranteed money on March 20th. Cowboys are projected to be over the salary cap by more than $21 million. So if they release him, he would count $6 million against the salary cap, not 22. I don't even understand the cap, dude. I'm not even going to pretend. But if they release him, they get hit for $6 million on the cap, not $22 million. They've got other free agent issues to deal with. Randy Gregory, Dalton Schultz, Leighton Vander Esch, Jerion Kearse. So it looks like he will be released and be a free agent. Can he resign? I guess, but probably not going to resign there for less money.
You
don't cut
you
it
don't
down and
re-sign
resign
people that
That's
you
right.
release.
That's right.
Doesn't happen.
CeeDee Lamb is set. Michael Gallup, remember, tore his ACL late last season. Cedric Wilson, both of those guys, free agents. I don't know how you can pay a guy $20 million, JJ, who finished with 68 receptions, 865 yards, and 8 touchdowns. That is good. He had 200-yard games the first 7 weeks, none in the last 8. He had 3 games with 2 receptions and 1 with 3, and missed the last 2 games after testing positive for COVID. Good receiver. This honestly is a no-brainer. You can't pay him $20 million. Easy.
Not with the other stuff that's going on. Amari Cooper has always got a bad rap in Dallas. He's a good receiver.
Good receiver.
This is just business.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper is going to hit the market. He's probably not going to get $20 million somewhere else.
No way.
But he's going to join a team, and then we're going to look at Amari Cooper, and he's going to be balling on people.
And he'll be the number 1 receiver.
Yeah, his opportunity. Yeah, and if he goes somewhere, and he's not the number 1, you have a really good receiving core. Like, there's a lot down the stretch with Dallas where you don't look at that team and go, oh, this is Amari Cooper's fault.
Look,
like he's really good. He signed a huge contract. They brought him in. He had 2,000-plus yard seasons with Dallas. And it's business. You get to a certain point, you're not paying a 27-year-old wide receiver $20 million.
Look, he'll go somewhere and be good. And you can say he fits here, and here, and you're right. And in fact, one of the places he fits is Dallas. He just doesn't fit there for $20 million. You can't eat that much of your cap up on a good, not great receiver.
And I know there's people that will then be screaming Zeke's next. Well, this is when you get into cap hits, dead cap money. Right. Like, all players are not created the same in regards to their percentage against cap. Like, Zeke has a much higher cap penalty than someone like Amari Cooper.
And I don't even understand why, to be honest with you.
Who knows with the wording and bonuses and how it all works out. So that's why, if you're Dallas, you know what makes sense is keeping Zeke around, because his cap hit is almost as much as his cap number this season, and Amari Cooper is the one that becomes expendable.
Tommy, good morning to you.
Hey, guys, I have to chime in on this because I was talking about it on good morning to you guys, by the way.
Morning.
On Facebook that he was gone. He's not a $20 million a year receiver.
Right.
Just not. It's common sense. They don't have the money. They got other things. I think DeMarcus Lawrence
which is a pretty big cap hit. Don't be surprised they let him go because I'd rather keep Gregory. He'll be cheaper in a sense. He's younger and faster. So, and I think he makes more of an impact than keeping DeMarcus Lawrence around. So don't be surprised if they let him go, too, because they can't afford him either. They got a lot of things they got to work with. I think Schultz might be gone, too, to tie it in, unfortunately. And I think he did pretty well, but I don't think they just can't afford it. It's not about they don't want to keep people around. They just can't afford to keep everybody. And JJ's right on Zeke. They're going to keep him at least another year cap hit. But I do hope they figure out how to get Pollard into the game more and get it, do what San Francisco did with their guy. Because Pollard can take it to a touchdown from anywhere in the field if given the opportunity. But, yeah, Lamb needs to be the number one. You have Wilson there. He's had moments, when he's made the best of those moments he's had. And then, of course, you have Gallup, which is if he's coming back from injury, there'll be a cheaper option, too. But, yeah, you can't keep – Cooper's a good receiver. He is, but he's not a $20 million. He's like maybe, what do you guys think, a $10 million a year receiver?
10, 12, like $8 to $12 million receiver. Yeah, that's really good money. Really good money. But you like he's not – I mean, I don't even know that Cooper Kupp is a $20 million receiver, right?
Hey, wait a minute. No, I'm just okay. No, Cooper's pretty good, though. Cooper needs to get his money. He's worked hard. He needs to get that cash. But, Cooper did get his big contract, and you get one of these, hopefully you get one in a lifetime as a, running back or receiver. But then now, you're going to go somewhere else, and he's going to get some money, and he'll probably be the number one where he goes. But now it's time to make Lamb. I saw that game against the 49ers. He had so much one-on-one coverage. They did get the ball thrown to him. They go, why don't you throw him to Lamb? He's got one-on-one. He needs to be made the number one receiver, and he needs to go around him.
All right. Thanks, Tommy. Enjoy the weekend. See you.
Great show. The best of New Mexico, baby.
Thank you, sir. Ray, good morning to you.
How's it going, guys?
Good, Ray. How you living?
Good. I wanted to get in earlier on the Mountain West. I'd say you got Maldonado, Bradley, Robinson, the center. Then you have Hamilton, and then you have Roddy, top five. The guy from the center for Wyoming, he can play a center. He plays under the basket. He either shoot that little hook shot or under the basket. Robinson should shoot out from outside.
And we saw that.
3-pointers, and that's just a better all-around player, and I don't think they'll put two centers in.
Who's your player of the year?
The top five.
Who's your player of the year out of all those guys?
Oh, the guy from Nevada, Las Vegas, Hamilton.
You got Hamilton. Okay. All right. I can't. Thank you. Look, I can't argue with him. He's got the two guys that I think are absolutes in Roddy and Hamilton. He's talking about Mountain West Conference first team, and then I think you've got 6 other guys, and I'll give you 7 if you want to say Bean has now played the second team. But I think you got 6 other guys for 3 spots. It's Orlando Robinson from Fresno State, and it's Matt Bradley from San Diego State, and it's Maldonado and Ike from Wyoming, and I think Kijab from Boise State, and I know I left one out. But yeah, those are the guys that are battling.
This is a great conversation to have for the Mountain West. That highlights how good a season it has been for this conference. And the thing with Graham Ike, when I'm thinking about Mountain West all-conference teams, I'm not thinking about what your potential is.
No, that's not what it is.
I've been a huge fan of his since the Washington game this season. I don't care if he doesn't shoot threes. Give me the give me 20-10. Like,
you think he slowed down the last couple of games,
yeah,
and that's why.
And so I think that's why he falls off a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's I'll take a dude that can give me 20 and 10 almost every single night.
So is he still first team for you?
Unstoppable. I think just with how Wyoming's finished this season, it might be someone like Matt Bradley.
Dude, Bradley was horrific again last night. He willed San Diego State.
But it's also, Wyoming's struggling, but they've also beaten Boise State, and they've beaten Colorado State this season. So it's not like they've had a bad year at all. It's just this league is really good right now at the top, and they beat each other up a little bit.
I'm struggling.
Bryce Hamilton, even though they won the other night, they beat Wyoming. Well, he hit 3 shots.
Yeah.
So everybody's
had a few games like that. Everybody. Bradley has too. All right, we're gonna go back to the phones when we come back. Keep them coming. I got some texts. I haven't got through most of the emails yet. Holy smokes! It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us on Friday. Thank you for choosing to listen to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This is JR.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing
Sports Animal.
All right, so much going on in our world. If you're using sports as a distraction, I get it. I've watched less sports the last couple of days. Like normally, I'd have the golf tournament on in my office on Thursday afternoon and listen to Noda telling me about the Arnold Palmer. I can't keep my eyes on what's going on over in Ukraine, and just, it doesn't mean anything coming from us, but thoughts, love, strength to those Ukrainian people. It is. I can't stop watching. I can't believe what I'm watching, and just good thoughts. I know you two join me in that. It's almost unbelievable. And when I watched last night when they were attacking the nuclear power plant, and the faces of the people who were on the ground there and go, wait a minute, you're telling me we may have Chernobyl? I'm right here in the middle of this. Like, this could be Chernobyl or worse than that. And the face of the reality was chilling, to be honest with you. Do you watch any of it last night?
Yeah. Assuming a lot of news.
Yeah. All right. Jack's in on that. Ooh la la, look at these gas prices, Jeffy. I went to bed $3.59. I woke up this morning $3.89. How much is it going to cost by the time you get to Vegas next week? $4.50, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Uber.
Todd says, do Lakers not even make the watered down tournament, Jeffy Lube? Maybe. Very maybe. I think they find their way into that. Garcia says Lobo basketball wins, right, Jeffy? 2 clubs, nothing to play for. Sorry to default to the home team on senior night to stand in the winner's circle. Garcia. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Lobos win tomorrow night? A lot of people would have it. Text line says, come on. Patino has as much time to recruit as guys like Joe Golding at UTEP. And by the way, UTEP has a winning record. Can we stop talking woe is Patino? There are other programs with less resources getting it done. I think the recruiting thing isn't what the woe is Patino thing is. I think it's, if Joe Golding lost his whole starting front court, how good would UTEP be? If Joe Golding was playing a walk-on against an NBA guy, how good would they be? If he was playing a guy that's played a couple years of ball, now granted Sebastian Forsling's 7 feet with a good body, but he's not ready. That's where Patino's kind of getting a little bit of a pass this year. It's not all on the recruiting thing, although I think that's part of it, but everybody dealt with it.
They recruited well.
I think they recruited well too, and everybody dealt with the Zoom recruiting thing, right? Everybody was on that.
It's the fact that you lost your starting front court.
Your whole front court. That's all.
It had nothing to do with Zoom recruiting. It's Jethro Muscadin, Manuel Quach.
Valdir Manuel. Yeah, that's what that's about.
Those guys on the floor, they're not winning the Mountain West Conference, but you're looking at probably then a 500 basketball team.
Well, then you got a team that's out there competing with Fresno State and with UNLV. Wouldn't you like to see Jethro Muscadin play up against Orlando Robinson?
Yeah.
I would like to see that too. This time of year, with what you would assume would have been a lot of development. Hello, Terry.
Good Friday to you, Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, hugs to Baloo, Austin, Addie, and all other family members, and safe travels this week for you all to get there and back. I always try to bring that up because thank you all for bringing a little happiness in my life and putting up with my senility. After the worldwide tragedy, the Santa Fe tragedy, and then the Stanford athlete tragedy, we tried to get away from it all, but I always want to say thank you for being able to do that and be kind people as you all are. Kind of into the week, since I am a founding member of the Island of Misfit Toys, the curling segment was awesome. I thought when they would do crossover sports, maybe what would be really cool to see would be John Daly as a curler, because I think besides him with a broom in one hand and a heater in the other, and then also he would stick with the socializing, really awesome. So, sometimes we try to turn our minds off, and, it is, as we say, first world problems here, and what the folks are going on in the world, whether they didn't have a family member come home or their house is blown up. But as again, I wish you all the best. Do a great call at the game at Academy. JJ, you do great calls as always. But as we take a step back, like I said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. It keeps my week going. So you all take care.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Terry. Thanks.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate that a lot. Chip Grammer sent this to me. And I want his okay before I put it on the air. But he said, I think this might be my pick. He said, yeah. All right. So Grammer's got the ballot for our market, right?
Yes.
He and I think, are on the same page on first team. I just told him I'm struggling on my last spot. So he's got Roddy as player of the year. First team, Roddy, Bryce Hamilton. I told you those are my two guys that I'm 100%. And then he's got Matt Bradley of San Diego State, Orlando Robinson, Fresno State, and Hunter Maldonado of Wyoming, with Bradley as the newcomer of the year in the league.
Okay.
And I think Bradley's got to be the newcomer of the year in the league. As good as Jamal Mashburn has been, he's been great. I'm on that last spot. I have Maldonado on. I'm between Robinson, Ike, and Kejap. His second team, he's got Ike, Isaiah Stevens from Colorado State, Justin Bean, and then he's got the two Boise State guys, Shaver and Kejap. So we're all lock stock on the top 10 guys, right? I mean, I think we're exactly, maybe not in order, but it's Stevens and Shaver on second team with your top 8. We all moved Justin Bean to second team, and I think in the last 2 games, Bradley's there in first team. He's willed San Diego State to that road win in Laramie and last night.
I can be swayed that way.
I think it's got to be that way. I think he's been that good. He's been that good. He played them probably into the NCAA tournament. And then his third team, he's got Grant Sherfield of Utah State, who we all love, Jamal Mashburn, Jalen House, and Nathan Mensah, San Diego State Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. And then the last spot, he's between Omari Moore from San Jose State, Hovarth from Utah State, and Cambridge at Nevada. Who's your coach of the year, by the way? Is it Leon? Nico Medved's done a great job. I almost might go, and I know they've come off the back end. I almost might go Jeff Linder at Wyoming in his second year with the development of EK. They weren't picked in the top 3, 4, right? They were picked at the bottom, right?
Yes.
Leon Rice done a great job, and so it's kind of easy to go there. I think I would go Jeff Linder. He's the Wyoming coach.
Yeah, it's between those 3, and I think there's probably going to be votes split up. I think Leon Rice is going to get it because that's just where you go. You vote for a lot of time, like most player of the year conversations, best player on the first place team in this case, head coach of the first place team. I could see it, Leon Rice and Linder.
I have no problem if Leon Rice won it.
Yeah.
Like they were really good. It's their first ever Mountain West Championship regular season, their first league championship since the Big Sky in 1988. Is that what we decided? But so we're all kind of lock stock on this thing, right? 4 guys are going to. It's going to be Maldonado. It's going to be Roddy as Player of the Year. It's going to be Hamilton, and it's going to be Bradley. Don't you think? And then the 5th spot, probably Robinson, although it could be EK and it could be Kejap.
Yeah, this week has solidified that top
4,
that first team all conference.
The first 4. Well, so are you with him on the 5?
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
EK's off.
Sliding him off.
I think that's right. All right. Player of the Year, Roddy. Well, I mean, I can't remember the last time it's been that heavy at the top 10. The top 10 guys are obvious. I think everybody's going to agree on the top 10 first 2 teams. I think everybody's going to agree that Shaver and Stevens will be second team, although Sherfield's going to get some love over Stevens. Justin Bean's going to be second team. All right. And we're going to be there next week. I am so stoked, dude. I am so stoked. I'm pumped that you and I are doing a game, A-Marie. If you get the ProView Networks, catch me and A-Marie.
I'm so excited too.
Color commentary debut, Academy and Grammar, 5 o'clock game. All right, tell me 1 minute till music or 1 minute till we're done.
Music.
All right, so I still got this to get through. Mud asks, why aren't you jerks taking the A-Marie to Vegas with you?
Well,
Party
someone's got to
time.
run the board here.
And he's like, why can't Vitale do that?
Well, because Vitale.
Well, and then Rudy didn't even
he's
invite
here
you
all
to
the time.
Rudy didn't invite you to the condo. I don't even know that. Well, you guys come by the condo.
We can't have Vitale for the whole day. He'd be here 24 hours a day.
Hey JJ, are you your equipment that you check? Can I stash a couple bottles? Never mind.
Makers?
Kind of.
I can't wait to curl next week.
Kind of. Are you curling next week?
Yeah.
All right.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, this was a good day.
This was a great day.
This was a really nice Friday. We had an Olympic gold medalist, a history-making Olympic gold medalist sitting right here in studio. I hope you enjoyed
And he's
that.
a Viking fan.
And he's a Viking fan. If
MVP.
not, if you didn't catch it, we'll post it on all of our content outlets.
And you can find it too, whether you're following the Sports Animal Facebook page or the Opening Drive Facebook page. Links to everything.
Thank you to Tyler George, to Mike Bradbury. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd's after that. 2 Men On comes your way starting at 4. Ryan Tamari's in tomorrow morning. Catch him tomorrow morning, I believe at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, what time does he start?
8 a.m.
8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So catch his show. Marie, great week.
Thank you.
Adrian, rest up. You guys got a big week next week at ProView with the state tournament. Be good to each other, please. JJ, have a great weekend. Safe travels to Vegas. I'll see you there.
See ya.
Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you on Monday.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.